Hello! The first chapter of the Yokai Watch games are usually the shortest chapters in their respective games, and that's no different with the first game. However, these chapters are supposed to be quick, short chapters that explain basic mechanics. But one question persists in my mind specifically. How much can we complete in the first chapter of Yokai Watch 1? Why 1 specifically? Well, you'll see later. But for now, just go along with it. With all that being said though, this is kind of a challenge video, so there are some rules for this. The main rule is that I'm not allowed to leave the first chapter. Outside of those, everything is fair game as long as it's done within the confines of the game. Basically, no cheat software or anything like that. So with all that being said, let's find out how much you can complete in the first chapter of Yokai Watch 1. We start off by being jealous of our friends for their bug collections. This leads us to going back into our place to get the bug net. The bug net, just like in the first POC, is crucial for us here, but even more so for this challenge, as we need bugs, since they're their own collectible, and they never go away once you collect them. Even though if you sell them, you can technically make them go away, but you'll just have 0 of them, so they will always be a slot in your inventory, therefore we need to get them. And trust me, we need them. Also, I will be having a live split timer here, just to show how long this would take. Moving on though, we move over to the trees in Triangle Park. These net us 3 green cicadas with actually perfect speedrunner luck. See, of course I get the perfect green cicada luck when I'm not speedrunning. I love my life. Then, we can head over to the janitor in front of the school to get black syrup. We can then divulge from the story to get a ladybug, a swallowtail, and a longhorn. Moving on though, we can attempt to go near the Crankakai, but the path is blocked, so we have to settle for catching a brown cicada instead. We can then go catch more bugs, catching a flower scarab, a praying mantis, a locust, and a grasshopper. This is where I realized that we are not going to be able to obtain rare bugs, as I caught so many bugs, with the rare marker just not appearing at all for the whole run. So I'm going to safely say that rare bugs just don't exist in the first chapter, but if I am proven wrong, I'll make a comment on it. But you may think that this is truly everything we can do. I mean shit, we have no watch to get yokai, no rare bugs, and no areas to access. We can't even go beyond Mount Wildwood. But that doesn't actually matter to us. Now it's time to introduce a glitch that was found in the speedrunning community. A fucking day after the glitch video I made. The car clip. So, in the glitches video, I mentioned a funny little quirk with the cars, where if you try to enter an area that you can't immediately access, you get pushed back. But, if there's a car behind you, you walk through the car. Imagine a family seeing Nate walking through their car. Anyways, in 2 and 3, there's no real thing that helps us here. Helps us here? Really? Really me? Okay. Helps us here. Okay. But anyways, there's nothing that helps you here. You're just stuck in the car. But in 1, however, the car has a hitbox that does indeed push the player out. If this car is positioned correctly, you're actually able to just straight up enter Breezy Hills in the first chapter of the game. This opens up the world for us in this challenge, as it allows us to explore Breezy Hills. But this doesn't just allow us to get to Breezy Hills. Oh no. This also allows us to access the blocked off portions of Uptown Springdale as well. Normally, if you try to enter an alleyway, you're blocked from doing so. Also, the Every Mart is blocked too, so we had very limited resources. But now, we have a lot. But you may think that this is just it. Sure, we can access Uptown Springdale mostly, and Breezy Hills, but that really won't help us get much further. Hell, the stop icons are still there. Huh. But maybe that's just towards downtown Springdale only. Maybe not to Shoppers Row and Blossom Heights. That would just be... Alright, this is crazy. So, we have access to pretty much every major area in the game. Now, again, this is still crazy, as, again, this is the first chapter in the game. But, we haven't done anything. So let's do something. Let's go get some bugs. The only other bug that can be obtained in these newly accessible areas is in Blossom Heights with the evening cicada. But there is something that we still need to address. The most important collectible in these games are the yokai themselves. I mean, the medallion is literally the thing people try to complete in these games if you're trying to complete something. But we don't have the medallion yet, nor any yokai. So how can we get access to yokai? And can we even get access to yokai? Yes. Yes, we can. But not in the way you'd think. You see, when we run into a yokai, it instantly makes us lose a battle. But this still does make it so that they appear in the medallion, just as encountered. This does get added towards the percentage for the medallion, so we still need to encounter yokai, and Whisper even scolds us, like usual. In the secret byway, I can encounter Pandal, Mangimut, and Noko. In the hidden side street, I can encounter Wanston, Dazabel, and Popsicle. Now, in the hidden sideway, and also a couple other areas, we can access the Springdale Underground Waterway. Now, this area is massive, as it's the sewers connecting all parts of Springdale. So, throughout, I have to unlock as many doors as possible, since that gives us access to the whole area. Of course, that's the boring part, so I'll gladly gloss over that, but it's still important to know. In the old mansion, I can encounter Dewan, Snotsalong, and Ape. This is also where we can note a couple of tutorials that can still be marked when doing this. These won't be noted again, but it's still a menu that has to be completed for 100%. Also, we can go to the side to pick up the old mansion key, which, yes, does skip the little interaction that Nate normally has with Whisper here. Moving on towards Uptown Springdale, I can encounter Negatibuzz and Droplet. There's also another aspect of Yokai Watch 1 that we need to get right away. Now sure, we can't talk to NPCs, but we can talk to some NPCs that give us something on the map. So, we can talk to the old man in the museum to get access to the side house, and the lady outside to get access to rubbing the golden egg. We can also encounter Shrook, Blandon, and Catable in the rugged path. If we enter the Breezy Hills portion of the sewers, we can go up to the top part of the sewers to flip a lever. Yeah, we have to flip the levers for all evil. Great. I can also mark Cough Cough and Slush. But this top part is different from the rest. It also offers the sewer entrance for Mount Wildwood, which lets us get access to the remaining parts of Mount Wildwood minus the Crankakai. Finally! Oh my god. In the trees here, I can get a Rhino Beetle. Also, apparently Sawtooth Stags are supposed to spawn here, but I don't know if it's bad luck or what, but I could not get a single one to spawn. And I know for a fact that they spawned in the day, as randomly I went into my main save to see that if it appeared, and it sure as hell did. First try, too. So, it's probably possible that it literally just cannot show up. So, for the record, I'm assuming that they do not spawn yet. I can also go into the abandoned tunnel. In here, I can encounter Leodoni, Boohoo, and Katana. We can then go into the delivery bay to encounter Suspicione and Mindymo. We can also pull yet another lever. After getting access to the Springdale Business Tower, also, yes, apparently there's like 2 fucking ways of accessing it, I had no idea, I can encounter Minochi, Cupistol, Rockabelly, and Chatterley. Also, behind Frostia's place, I can encounter Tantroni and Signable. Moving on, in the Nocturne Hospital, I can encounter Apak, Merkel, Null, Casanova, Cut and Cheese, and Compunzel. In the Tranquility Apartments, I can get Waper, Undie, Namor, and Quinn. Moving on to the Shopping Street Narrows, I can encounter Flumpy and Cheeksqueak. I can also pull the last lever to unlock All Evil's door. While I'm here in this part of the sewers, I can encounter Chummer and Lead Balloon. And then there's the bookstore. Yeah, we'll worry about bro later. But for now though, we can encounter All Evil. Something to note is that you can't encounter Snartle in the crosswalks, nor can you interact with the crosswalks at all. They do literally nothing, even if you make the light green. I assume it's because you can't interact with them until the second chapter, but still, it's kind of funny. And now it's time for everyone's least favorite aspects of Yokai Watch. The date skipping. But more specifically, the golden egg. Oh my god, I hate this thing. I don't think I ranted about these yet, but fuck it, let's do it now. We'll do it live, fuck it. Why the hell is it a 20 real world day event to fucking get the reward? 20 actual days. Why? And the reward you get's not even that great, especially in 1, considering how Castellius Max just straight up fucking gives you platinum bars when you beat him. Not all the time, but like, still, he still gives it, he still drops it. Like, why? And the Yokai Cam also has platinum bars, why do you need this? Anyways, we can then encounter Castellius the First. Also, at this point, I lost 50 times. Thanks, Whisper. Maybe give me, I don't know, the fucking watch? After spending a while hunting for an imaginary bug, I can date skip again for Albie. I do not understand why the fuck they made it not 1, but 20 day skips. And 2 different ones at that. Why? Am I the crazy one here? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Moving on, though, I can purchase fish in the fish place. And it's the only fish we're gonna get in the whole fucking run. And we're also gonna spend some time getting more bugs for a handful of Jungle Hunter items. Moving on, though, I can finally continue the story. We can, for the first time, in quotes, encounter Whisper, and he gives us the Yokai Watch to reveal Boohoo in a tree. Then, I can befriend Kaden, finally befriending a yokai in this silly challenge. Oh my god. After beating Boohoo, I can befriend Boohoo. Then, I get the medallion and that head into the chapter. Okay, yeah, sure. This is truly it for the first chapter. One thing I should mention though is that the Yokai Camp doesn't count as you get access to it after finishing the chapter. So, while I'm doing my little monologue here, and by my monologue I mean whatever the fuck I'm gonna say after this, I'm just gonna scroll through all the items that I'm pretty sure are the only ones available in Chapter 1 outside of like random purple chests. One thing that I should note is that I did sell a bronze doll when I very well could have caught more rhino beetles and sold them. So that's missing here. Other than that though, this is what I believe to be everything in Chapter 1. Last but not least, if the video is hopefully caught up to this point, so, yeah, I don't know, that little bit there. Here are all of the yokai that were available to be fought in the first chapter of Yokai Watch 1. I'm positive that I didn't miss anything with the knowledge we have now. Of course, there could be another glitch that lets you get access to something like the Yokai World or something, but for now, this is it. So now we know what you can truly accomplish in the first chapter of Yokai Watch 1. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. I wanted to make a shorter video that's different from a POC, because I'm gonna run out at some point. Which, by the way, you should totally watch the B1 and 2 POCs if you haven't already. They're just my best videos, period. Normally, I don't push people to subscribe, but if you haven't already and are enjoying these types of videos, please subscribe. It's completely free, and you can always unsubscribe later if you want to down the line. I want to try and hit the 10k goal, since that's something that is actually possible now, so if you want to join now, please feel free. Sorry for the shameless plugging, it's just that I never do, and now that it's becoming more difficult to make videos since life, you guys would probably want to know when I drop. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you all later. Peace.